All right, let's officially get started. Again, if you're hearing on Discord, you can feel free to pre-ask questions in the AMA chat channel. And if you're on Twitter, you can hopefully hop on in a few minutes after we kind of do some basic updates. Hi, everybody. My name is Bernie Sue. I am the Chief Content Officer here at Meta Theory, running DuskBreakers. Joining me today for this AMA, we have Jason Maestas and David Barthwell, part of the team. Jason, you first, and then David, let you introduce yourselves.
Oh, exciting. Hi, everybody. My name is Jason. I come from Rally.io just previously, and before that I was with Twitch for several years, and before that Zynga, and always a gamer. I hold a bunch of NFTs from a variety of things, and DuskBreakers here with this fine group of folks who I've known some of, and was always excited about this project, and super stoked to be here.
Go ahead, David.
How about that?
Yeah. Hey, everybody. David Barthwell, head of design here at DuskBreakers, one of the co-founders. My background is largely web design, graphic design, and marketing. And joined up with Kevin last year. Really excited to see DuskBreakers get off the ground. And I'm super excited to share this world that we're building here with everybody. Yeah, that's me.
Amazing. And so let's just get into it. Let's just go with some very high level updates first. Just so those of you who've been following along, we are just started our round 4 of our Beast Battler sweepstakes weekly event. The game is available to play, free to play, dustbreakers.gg/game. Currently, it is a WebGL game. It has, from what I've been told by people like, I think David said this, that it's been vastly improved as far as the smoothness of it. That's not all the updates we have, but just letting you know. If you go and play the game any time of the week, you are entered into many different prize possibilities. If you do really well in the game, there is a very clear prizes, NFTs of DuskBreakers, USDC prizes, and whitelists for future opportunities, whether it be for our whitelist or whatever potentially partnerships we've gotten over the past week or so. We just don't know what we're going to get until we nail it down, because that depends on the team that we're working with as well. So in the past, we've gotten Zoo Friends, Shonen Junk, what's the one that just happened? Clementine, Nightmare just happened as well. Crypto Walkers. So all these opportunities are available. Not necessarily if you play the game, but we really try to encourage you all to play the game, and that does help us from getting botted, for example. So it's really hard to bot and play the game. So anyway, just letting you know that is happening now. Again, the game is free to play. You do not need to hold a breaker to play the game. We of course encourage you to hold a breaker, but that is up there right now. And but today we have I guess a lot of new announcements for new team members. And if you guys want to follow along, the team page on the website has just been updated within the last hour or two. But I guess let's get one of the people who are new to the team, of course, is Jason, who you just met through introductions. But I'd like to throw it to David and have him introduce some of the new members of the art team. Throw it to you, David.
Yeah, we continue to grow rapidly. We're currently at, I believe, last count is 29. This is a significant bump over the number of team members we had since, even earlier this year and last year. 2 of our newest members are Vaughn and Nina. They are helping us flesh out our art team. Vaughn is a 2D and 3D specialist. You can actually look him up on ArtStation. I put his link on the team page. His name is Vaughn Caberte. And for some of the old heads in the crowd, if there are any, he was the character designer and creative director for Killer Bean Forever, one of the foundational early Mimi videos of early internet. And yeah, he's jumped right in, started last Monday, and he's tackling a number of concept pieces for us The work that's going to come out over the next month or so is really amazing. I'm excited to share that with everybody. Nina is an amazing technical 3D artist. Boy, I don't even know what to say about her portfolio. It's truly amazing. She does everything from having a traditional 2D background to 3D modeling. She does VR and AR programming. She can help us really establish our technical 3D pipeline. And she's currently working on some really exciting renders of Machafuko, which is sort of the core city that is one of the main settings for our DuskBreakers universe. I'm really, really excited to share some of these images with everybody. We'll do it when it's ready. Art does take time, but it's coming. And I think everyone's going to be really excited to see.
Awesome. Yes, definitely very excited to see. I've actually looked at, seen some of the art too, at least in early form, and I'm very, very inspired and excited to reveal some of that art to the community and our audience. Adding to that, a couple of other team members that you may see in the team page on the kind of content creative side, we have Jen Enfield Kane, who joins me from my team from my artificial show that we did for Twitch. So she joins. She's been with us for a while, but I just want to give her a shout out that she's working on not just the content side but the narrative design for the gaming side, and she's been just going and working across all departments, really killing it. And then another person we've just added is Peter, who is Warlock in the community. You've seen him in the community doing a lot of the lore, community lore stuff just for fun. And we've brought him on as a writer and creative part of the team. You can see him on the website. And he is also digging into the Machafuko side of things as well. So very excited to have both of them along, join the team as we continue to expand. The tech team has expanded well. And of course, as I said earlier, and who's introduced himself, Jason joined the team. Man, Jason, throwing it to you. I'm so excited to have you here, man. What do you feel so far? I know you've just kind of started too.
Yeah.
How's it? I mean, you've been around the community for a bit, actually.
Yeah, I've been poking I was asked early on by Kevin to just maybe poke my head into Discord and see how things are going to get started off the ground. I think I threw a couple of suggestions in, but let things run their course, and I think they did better without. They were going really well without me, so I kind of quieted down to let people handle what they were doing. I'm excited to be here to run both community and marketing, and I think there's been an amazing job by the team to cover what they can so far to date, and I think everybody should be really excited actually about the things that David just covered and you just covered, with more content, more lore people, more artists. All of that will really help me get us where we want to be with the marketing side of things, more content for social media, PR, things that we could be doing, and certainly leading to greater things like more benefits for holders, and really delivering on our favorite word on the transmedia content experience that DuskBreakers is. So I'm really excited to be here. I was just for folks, I spent the last couple of years at another Web3 company called Rally.io, which was focused on creating essentially community economies around influencers. So a couple of years there, and then I spent a lot of time working on influencer marketing, streamer partnerships, and community at Twitch. So I kind of covered a bunch of those things during my time there. I can be very operationally focused, but I'm also very much into the social media side of things and delivering content that we think is going to make people feel great about what they're a part of. And I think this is one of those areas where I'm so excited for the future of the DuskBreakers project.
I'm into that. I'm glad to have you here. I think one thing I felt that just personally, and just being truthful and real for a moment, I think our marketing was we were just trying to just fill it in, and then now to have you come aboard, it's just really exciting to like, all right, here we go. Now we can get that, especially with now the new artist coming aboard that David has brought on. Now I'm hoping that not just for myself, but for all of us, that we're going to see a lot more stuff coming very quickly as we move forward in the next few weeks. And not to say that we didn't have a lot already. Just to be clear, we've been running we've had 2 mini games go out. And we're running a weekly contest that is giving away now up to date 3 NFTs a week, along with $1,500 in USDC, hundreds of whitelist spots across not only our own future NFTs, but other partnerships, as we mentioned earlier, Shonen Junk, Crypto Walkers, Clementine's Nightmares, Zoo Friends, doing pretty well out there too now that they've minted. So very exciting to see that happen as well. And I want to also add, this is a question I've seen a lot in the community about potentially a non-WebGL experience for the game, and that is coming. We do have a launcher coming. I do not have an exact date on it. We are itching to get it out to you guys. The launcher will be, again, not a part of the WebGL experience, so more of you can play. From my understanding of the game and what I've played on the game from the WebGL experience, and David, I'm sure you could speak to this too. It takes a pretty intense computer, or it takes a lot of processing power to play the game right now, and we are aware of that. So I throw it to David. David, what are you seeing? You're the last person who played the new version of the game that literally just came out today. What are you seeing there?
Yeah, so the team has really been grinding. We continue to update our games. We continue to optimize. And this is something that, before I get into the improvements to the game itself, something that is very important to us is to have the engineering and technical and art knowledge, keeping it in-house. It does slow down the rate at which we're able to produce materials. A number of other NFT projects, they'll typically farm out development to established studios. And that's a very quick turnaround for production, like let's say for our art, concept art in particular. But it does create a dearth of internal knowledge. You're stuck outsourcing if you start down that path and don't develop your internal resources. So we are building and drawing and designing and rendering in-house. We want to create a sustainable and long-term vision that we maintain control over. So it does slow down our production a bit. But in terms of being able to make those optimizations to the game, we are able to put out regular updates. The newest update has optimized the game code significantly. On my PC, which is relatively powerful and new, my gaming experience in the browser and within the unreleased launcher are basically equivalent, which is pretty amazing to me. There are some graphical savings that we had to make in order to produce a game within WebGL. But the smoothness of the game, it's really quite impressive. If you haven't played the latest version, I would suggest that you do so. In terms of when the launcher is coming, we do have something ready to distribute. We're just waiting for getting our code signed by Microsoft and a few more sort of bureaucratic things that had to get done. And that, unfortunately is outside of our control. But as soon as all of the I's and T's are crossed and dotted, we will be releasing a launcher to the community, and you'll be able to play the game native, which will make it much, much more playable on lower-end systems. No offense.
Amazing. And hopefully we will get far more players. I mean, I'm pretty sure we will far more players into the game, and we're seeing so far some definitely some regulars up on the leaderboards. And those of you who don't know, the Breaker Eddie has won every single individual leaderboard, but from what I can tell in Discord, he will not be the winner for next week because he will not be able to play. So it is wide open, especially with an easier game to play now with the launcher and with the 3-time defending champion not playing this week. So get in there. Again, 3 NFTs up for grabs each week, hundreds of whitelist spots, $1,500 in USDC, and we've seen some really great performances by players who aren't holders and who've become holders, like Conut out there, who won the cumulative, I believe, in round 3. I may be mistaken there, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. So congrats to him, who's now a holder and came in the community, played the game, and won himself an NFT or two. So pretty awesome to see that happen. Okay, so let's get to some of these questions, guys, and in a minute I'll cue the audience if you want to jump up here and ask a question directly. But I want to get through these pre-AMA questions real quickly here. So from Meet Dilu, there's a lot of questions that I think we just answered, but I like to throw this one to Jason because it is directed to Jason. So you kind of mentioned it, but like as you transition from Rally and Twitch. What are you seeing different and similar to the community, to like the community building, the marketing, and what are you thinking? What are you thinking strategically that you want to play with without revealing too much that you don't want to reveal, of course?
Yeah, it's a great question. After being in a couple of years of Web3 and seeing what works and to some degree what doesn't, I think it's really important one to develop. I think a lot of people see this in other projects is develop a strong influencer strategy, and usually that means like who's holding and how are they representing what they're holding. And definitely, I think for us in the gaming space, while we may find the more lifestyle collector type celebrity, I think it's important to also find gamers who will lean into the game and eventually, the lore on down to whatever else comes out that we're doing, comics. I think that's the world building is going to be really important to the gaming space. So that's fantastic. And then some of the things that I was mentioning to folks is the old traditional growth marketing of going to people know about paid marketing. Sometimes you go to Instagram or Twitter and you pay for ads, and beyond that. So for now, we really think that we can penetrate with a bit better going through influencers and also finding not just popular celebrities, but also folks that are really hardcore in the NFT space. Finding other projects is certainly that, finding partnerships, both in individuals who are influential in NFT circles and other gaming projects, other collectibles, as well as just that are out there in general, see what projects are coming, see what we can team up with, because I think it is really important to have other projects that we support, that support us, to get the word out, to see what we're doing alongside them. For example, the Clementine's Nightmare, they very highly regarded. Everyone's looking forward to that. Very cool art style. That's a great partnership. Brings a lot of people, a lot of awareness to what we're doing as well. So excited about those things for sure. And I know that there was what am I excited to test out? I think those are key, and then really starting to turn on the lore engine. Not to say that I'm going to solve anything for Bernie and David, but certainly as I'm here and writing out my own strategies and plans and talking to folks, seeing what's come up. They invited me to a creative meeting the other day. It was amazing. It's just like David was saying, so much is in-house and you can really see there's a lot of chemistry, which is fantastic. And it was a great working session. And I'm so excited for everybody to eventually see some of this stuff. And that's really a big part of the future plan, is to see how many drops of content, some of the lore, of the imagery that we can be doing here going forward. And so to get this in people's hands, which then will lead us to other projects, such as getting the community itself to participate with this, whether that's art derivatives, story derivatives, and further, maybe even trivia at some point. Give other types of events to go along with the gameplay to kind of enhance the experience. And I think the other big one for me is just clarifying and amplifying and making a really great holder benefits program. I think really just to kind of put that together to really have a clear sense of what's coming. And I know a lot of folks, there's some things that have been talked about what's on the roadmap, but really kind of laying that out so people can see what the benefit is of holding a breaker NFT and what that will bring in the future. Because I think that's in the Web3 space, you could say this is one of those projects. It's being slept on, and I think we have a lot of great things in store.
For sure. I will as just like the what is currently the holder benefit, like right now, right? So aside from the whatever we want to call it, an investment or a long-term hold, that's your own judgment there, your own research there. Just calling it out, we did have, I think, like a big sweep that happened yesterday. That was like a big buy. Don't know who it was. Cool that it happened. Awesome. But the real benefits that we're looking at right now is one, we're trying to skew a lot more some of the giveaways and collabs here to make sure that we are benefiting our holders,
right? For
sure. And we've done that recently with the Clementine one, and we will continue to do that. So we know you're out there. We respect and we are honored that you're holding the NFT, and we want to make sure that we're until we build out more of our pieces that are coming. Like, for example, the next NFT, which you're all getting by a drop. If you're a holder, no matter how many you're holding, if you're holding 20 breakers, you can get 20 drops. So that part's great. So that's all coming too. And then how we use the NFTs in the future gaming mechanics. Don't want to speak to those yet because I don't make any promises from the game team. We're building a lot of different experiences there, and they all sound great. So really excited about looking forward to that. So we are hearing, and we are very, very cognizant that we are trying to provide value to the holder while still building a great game experience and still building a great story and franchise and lore experience. So all of that is coming together. And before I go to the next question, anything you want to add to that, David? I was going to go to the next one.
No, let's
great. Let's keep going. All right.
You left off the when swag part of the question.
Oh, the when swag. Well, I mean, do you have a comment? I don't have an answer to swag.
No, we don't have a definitive answer, but we saw the comment in Discord today, and I just happened to drop it to the folks in the team, and everybody was like, "Yeah, sure." So I get the number one thing, just in case you want to go back to Discord later and drop notes on what you think. A couple of ideas were a Gribble plushie. So if people like plushies, a Gribble plushie, like you go in. Maybe we'll drop our own line in there, and people can vote it up to see if you'd really like that, and we can start getting those sorts of ideas to take back and find if that's something that we can possibly do in the future. But that's certainly something we want to look forward to.
Happy to explore it. All right, so let's go into a couple more questions, and we'll open it up. So Style Piggy, one of our longtime players, has asked, what appealed to me in the beginning, other than the play-to-earn game, was the DuskBreakers sci-fi world lore, including webcomics animations. Is there an estimate on when more of lore will release? Style Piggy, I am 100% with you as the person who's building a lot of the content. And I will just say, speaking from the heart, I would love to bring out more lore, but I want to make sure that it is of high quality and holds up and is really thought out. So what you may be thinking of before is that, for example, earlier there were a lot more videos that were going out with Sue, the scheduler, throwing out some different stories from different breakers that were canonical breakers. I know Style Piggy's holding one of the canonical breakers, and adding a little story that way. And we're going to continue to do that. But I felt that we needed to put a little bit of a pause on that and let the art catch up a bit to that, because we didn't want to go too far ahead from the just like, hey, this is what this is and this is what this is, because we can easily do that. You as a writer, just speaking from a writer perspective, could just say, tweet out something and say that's canon, and sometimes that's fine. But we what I didn't want to do is do that too much too fast. And so now, as art is coming together with the game and the launcher and all these other things, we're really excited to crank that more. And so I've been itching to just really go, but I wanted to make sure that we are keeping restraint too before we blast everything out. Webcomic is coming. That is actively being built. And there are some other plays that we're looking at. The word we threw around internally was transmedia. It's a word that people who talk about storytelling love saying. People who don't know, who don't talk about storytelling a lot, don't understand what the word means. But it comes to telling stories through multiple platforms and narratives. So that is definitely coming. All right. So one last question. Again, if you want to throw a you want to ask a question live, feel free to raise your hand in either Discord or on Twitter. Just request to speak, and I'll bring you up, and we'll get to that. So, last question. Before we do that, Suleiman asks. I'm going to throw this to David because David, you've been here. You're the co-founder. You were here at the beginning. So, what are some unforeseen challenges faced so far? And is there a lot of flexibility built into the roadmap of the story game franchise, or is there a firm version? Those are his words or her words.
Okay, yeah, sure. Let's start with challenges. Plenty of challenges. We're in a pretty new space, and we're trying to do things very differently. Whereas it typically will take 2 to 4, maybe even 5 or 6 years to produce, a game that's fun to play with good quality art. We're trying to do that in, maybe 1/5 or 1/6 of the time. And we are bringing to bear all of the experience that we have across our entire team in order to do that, to create a world, a cohesive world, right? And then to build a game around that. And then additional transmedia experiences for everyone to experience, so that there are a number of on-ramps for people to enjoy that world. If you don't want to play, you can read the webcomic. If you don't want to read the webcomic, you can, who knows, listen to the podcast, right? So figuring out how to systematize and how to build these sorts of pipelines that aren't really established in at all. That's a major challenge. Hiring is also a big challenge. A lot of teams are coming out. A lot of teams are building multimedia content, right? And the way that we're trying to hire, it puts us in competition with the Blizzards and the Riots and the Activisions and all of the big players in the space who are attempting to hire the same type of talent that we are. That is a challenge that we are facing every day. We have a number of really innovative strategies that we're utilizing to get around that. But it's tough. It's tough when you interview someone for a number of weeks and then they get snapped up with a ridiculous offer because Riot has all the money in the world, right? So that's boring and logistical. But these are the things that have to be in place in order to make awesome art. And we are figuring those things out as we go. I'm really impressed with the way the team has come together, the speed at which we've been able to grow, at which we've been able to build. The fact that we're putting out games so quickly and updating them so frequently, it's really amazing. To me, it's not as fast as I'd like. I love everything that happened, last week. But I think the team is doing an absolutely amazing job. Bernie, could you remind me of the second half of that?
It was about the roadmap and how firm it is. The roadmap, just so you know, is on the website. You can go to it, DuskBreakers.gg, and see for yourself. Yeah. And I'm going to clarify that it's right now it's an opinion, right? And our roadmap is very general. We don't have hard date. We have quarters on them. Yeah. So, but go ahead.
Yeah. It is flexible. There's a lot of flexibility built into this roadmap, and there's a lot of stuff that we're talking about that isn't necessarily on the roadmap at the moment. I think we are building in flexibility as much as humanly possible, because we are trying to figure out, how to do things differently. We're experimenting. We're creating really cutting edge. Truly, no one else is doing the kind of stuff that we're doing around generative art. I'm really, really pumped to show and share this once we're ready, right? But we have to build tools from scratch. These tools do not exist. No one else is using them. We're truly innovating in that space. We have to be flexible. You never know when something will fail or maybe when we can beat a deadline. I would look at the roadmap as, a rough general guideline, but know that we are cranking every day.
Completely agree. I will also add that from what I see in the roadmap, I don't see any changes right now. Right? yeah, I think the roadmap is accurate. But we the roadmap's a roadmap, and if we'll get there, we'll get there. And when we get there, we get there. So everything on there, just reviewing it real quickly, I'm just like, that all looks, from what I know, yeah, that's the plan. So, all right, cool. Anybody want to come up on stage, ask a question? Feel free to do that. I'm just gonna, any requests, just throw it up there. But while that's happening, just to knock out the rest of the kind of pre-questions, Zaga asks, are there any plans to add client before the end of 10 weeks of competition? Yes, launcher is coming. Just to restate, the launcher is coming. Don't know exactly when. Maybe it's next week. Maybe it's the week after. But it is coming. So we will have a launcher, and hopefully we will do something special with that as well. And then John Doe asks, I found this to be an interesting question. Why are there no native NFT veterans hired yet? Feels like we need some Web3 people on the team. As I know, I'm new to Web3 as well, so I'm like, okay, but isn't everybody new to Web3? And I feel that we have Kevin and Adam, so who feel like they're Web3 NFT veterans to me, but they can speak to themselves. David, if you wanted to add to that, but I found that question funny. It's not a bad question. I just what is an NFT veteran is really the definition there. Cool. I
think I'm an NFT veteran. I think I've lost some money on NFTs.
I mean,
so, definitely no. I think that I've done this for a couple of years, and mostly on the coin side, which is just is similar, and then also the platform I used to work on. I started to work in NFTs, and so I think we're all going to learn more so what the utility is. I think that's that's as important as the flashy side of NFTs. I think we can drive utility, and especially one of the things that I kind of alluded to earlier, really start to ramp up the hype machine and also PR. I think we'll see a lot of benefits to our project from a awareness and brand perspective. I know David's been working a lot on the brand stuff as well.
Well, there you have it. There's your answer. Jason is the newly hired NFT veteran. You heard it here. Bam. There. Question answered. Also, again, if you come in a little late here, we did announce that we have a brand new, or rather newly updated team page on the DuskBreakers.gg website, dustbreakers.gg/team. Really blew that thing out. What was the funny thing before was that we were proudly a undoxed team, or a docs team rather, not a docs team. We were proudly a docs team, yet none of our links were active because we didn't have active links on the site. But they are there now. You can look at all of us and go to our LinkedIns or our Twitters or so forth, and see we're here. We are here. We are growing. The team is growing. We're very excited, and we can't wait to see what is happening next. Cool. Let's see. All right. Jason, I'm going to throw it to you for a second. I'm trying to grasp some other questions. Go ahead.
You want me to fill?
Yeah, please fill for a second.
Do I sing or do I tap dance? I'm not sure anybody's going to see the tap dance. No cameras on.
I don't know. Go ahead.
What was I going to say?
Actually, I do know something. Yeah. So going forward on the AMAs, these are bi-weekly. Oh. Yeah, but just so you know that Jason and Joshi, who will be coming on and be more active as well. He's pretty active already in the community, but he will be coming on as well. And so they will be kind of spearheading the AMAs. I'll be still running probably technical just because we need to do this semi-complicated simulcast system that requires some hard tech to do this smoothly. I assume it's running smoothly because I feel like I'm not hearing any or seeing any complaints on the Discord side or the Twitter side of this, but it is running both, so you can all hear each other and so forth. So, but looking forward to that.
Crystal clear. Yeah, we're definitely trying to take away. We're setting Bernie on a mission, a Terminator mission to go knock out the lore. So this frees up Bernie, and just me landing here helps free up Bernie to go do those things that he should be focused on. And now I can. I'll be here until everyone's sick of me, from Discord to AMAs. That'll be where you see me is everywhere.
So excited, cannot wait. So I guess I'm going to throw it to David. So David, kind of looking at what's coming up, is there something like you're most excited for? Without revealing too much, of course. I know I threw a hard question at you. I'll answer it too, by the way. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to pick one thing. I would say I'll say two things. On the just as someone who is technical and an artist, I will say I'm super excited about the NFT drop that's coming. I can't really speak too much to it, but I will say that we are truly pioneering in generative art in order to create a drop that is truly unique in the space. I can't say too much more than that, but the tools we're building here will not only serve this next drop, but will really allow us to create some awesome, really awesome art moving forward. So keep an eye out for that. I'll also say I'm really excited about the play and earn game that's coming soon thereafter. That's super exciting. A major benefit to holders and a major benefit to the community. I think everyone's really going to love the gameplay, and it's going to be fun. It's something that's actually fun to play. It's not going to be a reskinned clicker, right? It's an actual skill-based game, and I would say those are the two things I really can't wait for later this year.
Amazing, and let's go over things that we have revealed about the NFT that's coming up. All right, so just so y'all know, there is an NFT coming up in the world of DuskBreakers. Every Genesis holder of the original 10,000 breakers will get airdropped one of these NFTs. So all 10,000. So if you're holding 20 breakers, you get 20. Okay, if you're not if you want more, well, you can get them through whitelist through playing our game. The base battler launch is running for another 7 weeks. You need to look at the calendar. And we're giving away 100 plus whitelist spots per week, guaranteeing top 10 for both cumulative and individual leaderboard winners. And if you double leaderboard, that's okay. You can get both if you win if you're on both leaderboards. So you can get whitelist spots for this new upcoming NFT that we're all excited about. You can get them there as well. You max out at 10 whitelist spots, just so you know. No one has done that yet because it's basically impossible because it's only been 4 weeks so far, or 3 weeks so far. But you do max out at 10. But you do not max out. The max out of 10 is not affected by how many Genesis breakers you have. So if you're holding 20 breakers, you can get 20 airdrops, and then you can get another 10 whitelist spots. So they're not inclusive. They're exclusive of each other. So it's very exciting stuff there. And this NFT and I believe the Genesis NFT, I'm pretty sure together, both affect the future play to earn game that is coming as well. So that's really exciting coming up as well. So please stick with us, and we're all looking forward to that. My answer to the question I just asked you, David, does not take away from that. I am excited about that as well. I think it's really, really, the way we look at it is really just, to challenge what's already out there in the Web3 crypto space, play to earn. There's a lot out there, of course, and we're just, trying to do our thing, right? Making our own stand in it. So definitely excited about that. I guess I'll answer the question too, just for fairness. I did kind of put Dave on the spot there. So for me, my exciting thing. Oops, Jason, you okay? I can hear you.
Oh, I'd say that you can. Yeah, I was sending you a question from Discord. I was trying to be sly, and I didn't.
Oh, smart. Well, actually, ask the question. Ask the question. Let's throw it out.
Oh, so Conant asks, is there a plan for a native token? If so, will breaker holders receive an airdrop of said token in the future?
I
think my answer to that would be TBD, but David, you want to speak to that without?
Yeah. we can't say too much. We really can't. There's there are rules that, although many projects don't follow, we're trying to do it the right way. So we can't say too much just yet, but we will make announcements very soon, and white paper will be coming soon, and that will answer everyone's questions.
There you have it. That question was from Conut, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
Conut.
Nice, awesome.
I think I think David hits on a couple things there. One is doing this thing the right way. This is why I also like to taking the launcher through, waiting for Microsoft to do that part correctly. Coins are very you have to do a lot of rigor if you're going to do something like that. So that really you need a lot of eyes, legal and otherwise, to do those things. I know all that stuff for sure. That's very hopefully you can make these things happen, but you have to do your rigor again. And I think that's great about the project is there is so much rigor in the project. There's really a group of folks who are coming at this from the perspective of doing the things right. And sure, we want speed, but we want to do it right. And I think that comes through in every part of the project. And that's a huge reason why I'm excited to be here for sure.
Awesome. I completely agree. I'm very, I do love that. Like, for example, just to kind of reiterate, like the launcher technically is ready to go, but we're waiting for the certification, the verifications, all that stuff. So make sure we're doing it right. Like we played the test versions of the launcher. It works fine. So we're doing it right. That's kind of been our ethos from day one. That's why we did play to earn or not play to mint to make sure that people who were minting are not just botting it to hell. Obviously, bots are really sophisticated these days, but figured botting a game that you have to play and hit a score in order to earn or to mint would be pretty difficult. So we've done that, and so we're going to keep that ethos going forward. Couple things that I'm excited about looking forward is one, actually one of them is getting more lore out. That's one thing, of course, and I know a lot of people have been asking for more lore. I'm with you. I mean, it's my responsibility. I want to get more lore out. And one thing that we're building here is lore in kind of working with the community to do that. And that's one of the reasons why we're really pushing for this canonical breaker system, meaning that if the way I've explained it before in the past is like if this is Star Wars and there's 10,000 breakers characters in Star Wars, are you holding one of the important characters, or are you holding a supporting character? Are you holding Amy Sedaris' character from Boba Fett, right? Who's a supporting character, but very much a character and has a role. So, as an example, so that's something that I'm playing with personally as a storyteller, and I'm trying to bring the things that I've done in my past career as a interactive storyteller into this system, and that's actually something that I haven't really seen done in other NFT spaces yet. I mean, I'm happy. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it's something I'm actually looking for. I'm actually looking for this. Where are people going to do canonical tokens? Not the coin token, but the non-fungible ones. So that's something I'm playing with very, very actively, and you're going to continue to see that. And one of the things I'm looking forward to is, speaking very vaguely, there are a lot of interactive, immersive experiences that myself and the teams I've worked with, including our newly added narrative designer Jen, we've built some very interesting prototypical interactive and immersive experiences, and our plan is to deploy them here with DuskBreakers. So that is not a promise, because we want to make sure it's prototypical if it'll work. But this is coming from the same ethos of the question of what ended up being the show Artificial on Twitch. Like, can you tell a sci-fi show as an interactive live show? And it starts with a thesis, and we're going to keep bringing that ethos to with this franchise. So we're really excited about that. We're actively working on it. So you're going to see, aside from this future NFT, this play to earn game, the current mini game, the webcomic, you're going to see another thing on top of that as well. So I'm very excited to get that out to you guys. So this is something I'm just personally really excited to work on. Cool. Jason, David, I'm going to throw it to you for a second as I just query the audience. If you want to ask any questions, please request yourself to come on stage. If you want to say hi, happy to have you up here. But Jason, David, I feel like I'm asking you the questions, so I'll open it up to you guys if you want to say or ask me questions.
Do I want to ask you a question?
You just asked a question.
I did. See that? Look at that. What is yeah, there was in the back chat with the mods, they were just mentioning it gives guys insight into things. People were saying there's so many team members now, we're going to have to break up how we know who's on what team internally. But I'm saying maybe we all have to claim a clan. Maybe we can't. Maybe I have to claim a clan now. I don't know with my
with your breaker.
Yeah, I need to get more. And see, now I need to get into lore. I need to understand what my breaker clan is from my for people who can see me in Discord. I have the Mohawk and Clown Nose guys. Somebody can tell me what clan I'm in, and I'll write that into my Discord name, and then start choosing sides here because I'm all about choosing sides.
I actually love how the community's kind of done that. Like the bowl cut guy, the gang. Crew, I think Bowl Cut Crew. Yeah. Right. And
Blade Mask.
Yeah, I'm one of those. Yeah. Mine has that.
Canada Clan.
I will add, guys, one way you can actually enter yourself into the lore kind of interactively is that there is a channel that you may not have seen on the Discord called Ask the Scheduler. And that channel is for you to ask the drone scheduler, Sue, any question you want about the lore. Doesn't mean she's going to answer. That channel is up. There's a video there that was uploaded today from Sue herself. So you can ask her questions. And the idea of this mechanism, if those of you who have seen this kind of done before, is this queries a lot of things that may be revealed in lore through this. This can trigger some things. So please feel free to get in that channel. It's called Ask the Scheduler. And you are free to ask her questions. And it's one where hopefully if you ask a question that we identify, we can then do a video or an animation or something, maybe a graphic, to answer that question in lore canonically. So that's something.
We're going to have to answer what do Gribbles eat here in the future.
At some point we do. Yes. It's as my rule as a storyteller is it's not canon until it's canon. So even if I tell you what I think Gribbles eat right now, it's not canon until it's in the storyverse. Like it needs to be like Sue has to say it, or it's in the game or something. So it's not canon until it's canon. So anyway, that channel is up now. Feel free to go in there. It's meant to be a little fun place for you guys to ask your questions and get in the lore there. So David, throwing it to you. You want to throw something at me?
You're
like, no.
No, but I talk to you every day, and I feel like you answer my question.
But I mean, I must say, I'm really happy to see that our new team page is up. Really happy to see that we all picked breakers that I think all of us who are on the team own the breaker that's highlighted, and we have links for full doxing. That you guys can see all of us. I mean, that is one of the things that we were, again, very proud of as a team. And I think it's kind of the new the current meta with NFTs now, because before it was like you don't dox yourselves, right? But now it's like you almost have to because of all the rug pulls and all the scammy crap that's going on, unfortunately, out there. Watch out out there, people. It's a scary space. I do talk to you every day. But yes, thank you, though, I'm thanking you personally, David, getting that out, because I think it's awesome. Cool. Well, we're actually about to come up to the end of the hour here. So if there are no questions, I mean, everybody just wants to hear us talk. It feels weird. Really, nothing in AMA chat, right? We got them all.
No.
Did I get them all?
See, there was somebody typing in the Ask the Scheduler, but it didn't complete it, or I was kind of hanging on the edge of my seat.
Well, we can't. We're not the schedule. We can't.
Yeah.
We got some more in the AMA chat. Let's knock these out. All right. So, Native Token was asked. RHL asked, the next collection must be greater than 10K in size, right? Yes, it is greater than 10K in size, because we have to airdrop 10K to the original 10K, and we are giving away an extra 500,000 whitelist spots already. So yes, they'll be greater than 10K. Cool asks, is an approximation of how large the next drop will be? David, I don't know if you want to answer that question.
We don't have to. We're figuring out the exact size. Yes. but I can say that the tech that we're using will allow us to very flexibly increase or decrease the size of the drop and still maintain art quality.
Amazing. All right, Shell, I see your question about, or the thing about 500,000 whitelist spots. No, that was, I think I misspoke. We've given away 500, not 1,000, 500 more whitelist spots through the game. So we'll say greater than 10,000. I'm kind of confidently saying far less than 100,000. I'll say that. If I'm wrong, if you change that, I'll hold that. I'll hold that out.
Yeah, we better not mint this this audio session, or else that'll be canon. And
yeah, exactly.
People will look up the Zapruder film.
Let's see, all 10,000 with lore. So ccables.eth, part of the Bull crew, asked all 10,000 with lore. I don't think so. Because I don't think all 10,000 people or rather, people holding all 10,000 care about lore. Only a select few care about lore, and I think the whale who slept less yesterday slept like 50 breakers. I don't think that person is thinking like, oh, I'm going to sleep all 50 breakers and I'm going to make all 50 lore. Maybe they are. Who knows? Maybe they're listening to this. If they are, say hi. I'd love to hear from you. And thank you for.
I think it was 80 breakers.
80 breakers, even better. I would love to know why you slept 80 breakers. Thank you. Amazing. So that's I think again, using a Star Wars or a Star Trek, a big giant sci-fi story world as an example, there's a lot of people walking around, right? Like in those story worlds, and so you don't get to see all 10,000 of them, but there are probably more than 10,000 of things in Star Wars. I mean, there's definitely at least more than 1,000 characters in Star Wars. That's for sure.
Yeah, they had them all in the last couple of episodes. They tried to put everybody in. Just joking. Hopefully, nobody's too serious of a Star Wars fan.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Boba Fett was fine. It was fine to me. I'm not going to say it was amazing. I'm not going to say it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was fine.
My favorite episode was, I think, either second to last or third to last, where where Boba Fett made a cameo in his own show. It was amazing.
Hilarious. I know why is the show called Boba Fett? No spoilers. Hashtag.
No spoilers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna get the wrong type of alpha here. We're gonna give you Star Wars spoilers.
Yeah. So, RHL asks, collab with Justin Kahn's platform. Well, I mean, Justin Kahn and Kevin Lin did build Twitch together, so that is not our call.
Yeah.
You can
Fractal is Fractal. That's mainly a Solana based platform, or is it open? I know it's just only little bits of it so far.
I do know it does Solana. I don't know if it's only Solana. So yeah, we don't know.
We're just riffing.
Yeah, we're just riffing, and we're also getting people typing in the chat. So I want to make sure we get these all before the end of the hour.
Yeah.
Well, it's so much easier just to read the chat rather than bring people up.
Gears asked in internal chat if he can change his breaker. Look at that. We make updates to the website, and Gears of all people.
I like how he yanked someone from internal chat into our chat.
So I just want to let everybody know that there was a question actually early in the week, which made me happy. Was I was already working on it with Gears because we're actually also friends IRL. Where we watch UFC fights together, or at least used to before the pandemic. I asked him about a Valentine's image, and I was allowed to do so, and he made it for us that day. It's like somebody asked, do breakers celebrate Valentine's? And maybe Bernie will get mad at me later that we canonized Valentine's Day.
I mean, I have no problem with that. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's great. So the way, just so you know, like the way I look at canon is that, and I say this to Jason the first time I've saying this to you, I think, but I'll say this to the community. It's like I look at canon as this kind of the thing that is fixed, but is being fixed as it goes. So it's not fixed until it's fixed. Like it's not canon until it's canon. So Valentine's Day seemingly that it is canonical that Breakers celebrate Valentine's Day, given the art we did, cool. Like I'm not like thinking, oh my god, the whole story is broken now because the Breakers celebrate Valentine's Day. It's like no big deal. It's like fine, cool. Like let's keep going. So it's perfectly fine. So you find your places in this, and when things essentially break canon and blow the story up, that's when it's a problem. And so there are things that, not to reveal what they were, but they were things that happened, we discussed this week, that were essentially canon breaking or events. And it's like, wait a second, okay, we gotta lock this down, and then we come together and we that this is something that we work hard and make sure it's clean. So all good. So let's see. Wrapping up here. If someone just jumped onto the project, what are the first 3 things that you would say they should do to get connected to everything? True Man Dan asks. David, I'm going to throw that at you. I'm going to repeat it. Ready? If someone jumped onto the project, what are the first 3 things that you would say they should do to get connected to everything?
I would say join the Discord. Everyone's really friendly in there. I'd say play the game. That really shows our dedication to the craft, that we've already put a number of games out. And I would say stay tuned for the lore. I think that's going to be really, really awesome. Bernie's doing a good job, and it'll really help people feel more immersed in the universe.
And follow on Twitter and Instagram.
All right. Another question, throwing this to David again. Tasty Bacon asks, are there plans to do mutations of the NFTs? What do you want to say to that?
Mutations. We are planning to create full 3D breakers. So I think that would be an evolution, if not a mutation.
Fair. Yeah. And we have mentioned that. So that is something that we are still actively working on. It is a go. So, all right. Okay, we are at the top of the hour, and you better. I see you guys typing in there. If you guys actually have a question, you gotta push enter there, or else we're going to wrap this baby up. Okay. This is all right. This may be a big one. So, ready, Jason?
Yeah, I'm reading it by Crypt.
Yeah. So I'll just hit the last thing. You can kind of so instead. How does the DuskBreakers team plan on reaching a broader audience and drawing in new people to the Web3 space that may currently be hesitant to do so? So new people, broader audience. Okay.
Wow. It was like I must be the marketing guy. Yeah, no, I think it's obviously very important. And I mean, I can't speak to all the details of the size of the project and what's been detailed before about how big it can grow and what the player base is. But for sure, our intention, part of my intention is to certainly bring this to gamers as well as collectors. And I think that the team is the DNA is very much about core gaming in general, both hardcore, midcore, whatever you want to call those differences, and to deliver that experience and to get all those folks to come see this project, to see the docs people, the roadmap that we're already delivering on really strongly, and continue to use a variety of marketing, whether that's PR. I think we're all very serious, in the very near future about finding the right story to bring the press about the project and the team to gain there. So 1, 2 is to get some more gaming streamer YouTubers going to utilize TikTok more and Instagram more, and to really be in as many places as we can be, attracting as many audiences as we can. Maximizing all the fun stuff like SEO and all that. So I think those are all in our toolbox, ready to roll, given that we've done so much of the foundational work that we're ready to pull people in and really start to bring a massive gaming community and maybe even put the flag in that where we're doing things bigger and better than anybody else at this point in time. It's early, and yet we can still be earlier than everyone else, I think, in delivering amazing experience. So did I say too much there, Bernie?
No, it's a great answer.
Promise?
No, man, it's a great answer. With that, we should use that to wrap this baby up. All right, so that has been this is our biweekly AMA with David, Jason, and myself. David, any final thoughts before we sign off?
No. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Really excited to keep producing fun content and games, and see you guys in Discord.
Amazing. Jason, final thoughts from you?
No, this was great. It was a great experience. Looking forward to running this in the future, and doing half as good a job as you, Bernie. That's all I can hope for.
Oh my goodness, I'll still be here. You'll be fine. All right, and so I'm Bernie Sue, and just saying thank you all for joining us again. Just a quick recaps of everything. Just a bunch of information. We got new team members announced. You want to know who they are? Go to the website, dustbreakers.gg/team. They're all there. They're docs. You can follow them, almost everybody on social media somewhere, so please go do that. Join us on Discord if you're talking to us on Twitter, if you're not already there. Discord.gg/dustbreakers. You can also play our Beast Battler minigame over at dustbreakers.gg, the website, where you can win some amazing prizes. 3 NFTs are up for grabs this week. The round has already just started. You're only a couple hours behind, so no problem. And the round ends on Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. Go ahead and do the math there. And yes, we give away 3 NFTs per week. We give away $1,500 in USDC across some other prizes. We give away 100 whitelist spots for our future NFT, and we potentially give away other whitelist spots as prizes for our partnerships, which are always TBA because we don't know. They sometimes come really fast and just jump on, or we are working on them and figuring out what the exact partnership was. Again, partnerships from before: Crypto Walkers, Clementine's Nightmare, Zoo Friends, Shonen Junk, and more to come. So, thank you for joining us today. And again, Bernie here signing off. This has been the DuskBreakers Weekly AMA, and we'll see you or hear you back here in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody.